What up, y'all? It's time for another episode of Juice with the Fords. Come on and juice with the Fords. Juice with the Fords. Y'all, today we're getting in some apple, celery, lime, and ginger. So, are you kind of tired, even though you feel like you're drinking a lot of water? Well, today I'm going to talk to you about the lifestyle disruptor that most people don't know about called hidden dehydration. So by the end of this live, you'll know why water alone isn't enough and how this celery, apple, lime, ginger juice resets hydration, energy, and cravings. Not to say, but the least, it's going to be a vibe. Why? Because we batch juice prepping. One time juicing for the whole week, and I'm going to try to get it done in 20 minutes. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get into it. And while you're coming in, let me know. Are you juicing this week? Are you getting some smoothies in this week? Are you eating whole fruits? If so, what are those vibes? Let me know those nourish and flourish vibes in the comments. All right, so let's get to it. Let's start with this celery to help push it all down. That's what we're going to start with first, y'all. So I am not a huge fan of drinking just regular water. Like, I've never been a huge fan unless I have been getting in like some physical activity. Like I was working out or I was dancing. And at the time, my body just needed the hydration because I was losing fluids because I was sweating because of the working out. So yeah, this is about 2.5 pounds of celery. All right, I got this bag from Sam's. All right, this bag from Sam's. So I never was a huge fan of water, but I knew water hydration was important. So I would get like the big jugs of water that had the little, like motivation on the side, letting you know where you were with it, keep going, little affirmations, because I needed the support. I absolutely needed the support when it came to like getting in my water, getting in the hydration, because it was not a vibe for me, not at all. All right. But let me tell you something. Even though I got in all of the water and I was forcing it down, and it wasn't always the nice, enjoyable experience. Like I even tried adding fruit, different little things to my water that make it give it some type of flavor. I grew up in the South and I had a huge love for Kool-Aid. And so I like a lot of sugar. I like sugary drinks. That is what my palate was developed into since I was a child. And it was just my thing. Sweet tea. I didn't know why people would drink unsweetened tea or that would be the norm. It's like, why would you even want to drink this bitter tea? Like that is what I was thinking about before. But what I started to realize as I embraced the healing journey, that a lot of times, if you're not getting in water, you could be draining minerals. All right. But talking about minerals, we're getting in mineral salts and natural electrolytes with this celery right here that we're juicing. All right. And the sweetness, that sugar I was used to, I'm getting it in with the apples. Natural sweetness, gut friendly. And my lime, vitamin C, and alkalizer. And then the ginger, anti-inflammatory, digestion support. All right. I'm good with celery juice if I have something nice and sweet to pair with. I do not drink celery juice all by itself. My mom does. Let me know if you are a vibe when it comes to celery. Celery is a vibe for you. Let me know. We're going to keep the green going. So yeah, I think I'm going to do like a green week. I want to see green in every meal that I have this week. So I'm going to do a little green week vibe. That's my flow, just to keep it creative. So I'm going with celery, all the celery. Again, that was 2.5 pounds of celery. Just added the lime. Let's go ahead and get this ginger on and pop it. So I'm going to go with the salad. And what I did was I attempted to roast some vegetables without oil. So I did some coconut aminos, some herbs, some spices. And then I just put it in the oven. And I hope that it's good. They taste good, but I'm going to try it on a salad. I was trying to go more for like a roasted veggie salad bowl, almost like a Cava vibe. That's what I was going for. So we're going to see. That's one option. It's the salad with the roasted vegetables. Got the juice. Gotta have the juice for the turnip. You already know. And so we're going to see how it goes. So that's our first pour, y'all. Now it's time to get into the apples. And about these apples, I think I got, again, $8 and some change from Sam's with the apples, 5-pound bag. Best deal so far that I've been able to find, especially on Instacart, because I don't typically go to the store to get my groceries. All right, so just wanted to break down the ingredients for y'all. But old belief, you just need to keep drinking more water. Drink more water, drink more water, drink more water. New belief, hydration equals water plus minerals plus daily disruptor reset. So even if you're someone who drinks a lot of teas, that could be dehydrated. All right. Processed foods, stress, caffeine, they can be mineral depleters. Taking all the minerals out. And you need mineral-rich fruit juices. All right. Foods and juices, which is why you see me adding the celery. Let's up it up. Let's get in the minerals. All right. So this is going to disrupt fatigue and cravings daily. I'm doing a lot better with it, even with my apples. My cravings prior to getting in a lot of my apple juice this season has been rice. Now before, if you knew me, oh yeah. If you knew me before I did my 220-day raw reset, then you know that French fries was the thing for me. French fries had me in a choke hold. But that 220-day raw reset definitely helped with the craving of French fries, y'all. Whew. That is gone. I don't know about y'all, but that thing, let me know. Drop fries in the comments if you someone that just the fries be getting you on. The fries be putting it down. Sometimes that's the only meal that you even have. Are fries sometimes when you pull up, especially if you're plant-based. Sometimes the options just don't really be optioning, if you know what I mean. But I'm excited about getting in this difference. I don't think that it's going to be as sweet as my normal just apple lime ginger juice when I'm going mono, but I'm really excited about getting in the celery, getting in the lime, getting in the ginger, and seeing the vibe that it has for my body, seeing what type of heightened energy and flow I get. Because I typically don't struggle with fatigue anymore. And I'm doing so much better with my cravings, especially Monday through Friday. Like even on the weekends, it's hard for me to really like decide, okay, what do I want to just give my body some different type of experience? What do I want to experience? What do I want to indulge in? And it's harder for that because the cravings are definitely going away. Now that I'm being more consistent, more routine with my morning rituals, and Monday through Friday, having that set plan, having that prepping done. And so it has been like really nice for me. So those micro habits that help disruptors have been a vibe. All right. It definitely has been a vibe. So let me check in on y'all. Let me know if you're more open to the apple juice. Now, I did think about putting in like doing green apples. Green apples are more expensive than the red. And I like the red. But I wanted to try to keep it affordable, budget friendly, especially since I was getting the 5-pound bags. And I don't think they even have any of the green apples in the 5-pound bags. Not quite sure if they do. I didn't see any. That one's not much of a splash, which is good. How am I looking on my time? Ooh, y'all, halfway there. Let me keep going. But let me know. Do you struggle with cravings? If so, drop cravings. And if you're open to sharing, let me know what craving you typically get stuck with, or you experience. Let's not say stuck with, but what you experience. Sometimes cravings let you know what your body is missing or what's really the issue. Sometimes it can be an emotional root based on the craving. So let me know. Let me know what craving you're thinking about or what you experience. And when I say like lifestyle disruptors, it's the stuff that you don't even realize that you are doing or is happening in your life that's causing a some type of a disruption in your body or your health. Some common ones, some people may know about or not, are like stress. Today we're talking about hydration because that is very important. People think just because they're getting in liquids that they're hydrated, but it's the type of liquids, it's what the liquids are providing you. I am a huge fan of juicing because I love to get my hydration in this way. I love to get the hydration in this way. It's a vibe for me. It's flavorful. I could drink 2-3 jars a day and feel great, other than struggling with my water to get it down. And so I don't know if that's you. Maybe you're somebody who's good with the water, but even with your water, you want to make sure you're having minerals. Sometimes that's why people like to drink spring water, having like the natural minerals and stuff that's in the spring water be beneficial. So it's not just stripped of nothing at all. So the type of water matters. But I've heard people call this the H3O because you're still getting in the hydration from food, fruits, and veggies. And you see I combined fruit and veggies today with the celery, the apple, the lime. So it's not just all fruit, because you also want to be mindful of insulin spikes, right? Even if it is natural sugar, you still want to make sure you're approaching things in the best way. So speaking to my PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, you want to be mindful of the sugars. I realized that my body does a whole lot better, feels better, low carb. But then we're the ones who are kind of struggling and experiencing cravings for the carbs, the potatoes, the fries, the sweet things, the sugar. We're almost done, yeah. I feel like I did maybe close to 10 pounds an hour. I think it was about one bag I put in when I was cleaning it was like almost 13 or 14 apples within a 5-pound bag. And you see they're pretty nice size apples. And I did 2. I bought 3 bags, but I did 2 for juicing. And then it was 2.5 pounds of the celery. So again, let me know what y'all buy. What's the meal plan? What's the juice plan? What's the hydration looking like? How I'm doing? 15 minutes. I got 5 minutes. Doing good. Doing good. Looks like I'm going to get hopefully we looking good. Almost there. We only have about 1, 2, 3. So why is working its way out? Let me show y'all something I got for you. So let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show y'all what I got for y'all. So this celery apple juice is in my 5-day mindful eating meal plan. Just if you want to reset your eating, it talks about the role of inflammation, being diagnosed with stage 4 endometriosis, adenomyosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and they found 2 fibroids at the time of my surgery in March 2020. The root cause of all of those that had similarities was in inflammation. Yes, hormones played a huge part as well. So hormones and inflammation were some really deep down roots of those experiences. Because I hadn't known anything about endometriosis, adenomyosis, PCOS. Had never heard about those prior to my surgery, prior to the diagnosis, prior to some of the pelvic pain, low back pain, painful bowel movements, things that I was experiencing in my life. And I was like, inflammation? Heard about like, oh, take ibuprofen for inflammation. But I didn't really know exactly what it was and what the problems it was causing in my body and how I was keeping my body inflamed. And so I want to talk about that as well as stress. And the role stress plays in inflammation. And this is complimentary, y'all. It's in the show notes so you can get it. All it costs you is your email, your name and your email, and you can get the 5-day mindful eating meal plan. So I'm looking, and here we go, y'all. This is juice recipe number 1 on day 1. You got juice, smoothie. I'm going to get in some smoothies this week as well. Let me keep going because I said I was trying to do 20 minutes. Last day. All right. Some smoothies in this week too. And so that is also going to be one of my vibes with the salad, with the vegetables as well. But you got 5 days worth of juice, smoothie, plant-based, and cooked plant-based options. I am plant-based. I've seen my health and my journey like truly shift in a whole nother level once I started juicing and I went plant-based. And so for me, some of my clients, they've seen the best results plant-based and getting in juicing, movement, and really working on mindset, their thoughts, their feelings, their beliefs about healing, about themselves. And so I call it my M to the 3rd degree healing empowerment formula. And so that is kind of one of the main formulas that I use to really help people with lifestyle changes. Right. And so that's that 5-day mindful eating meal plan. I also have in the show notes, I have a free training that I'm doing right now, free class, and it's all about the 5 mistakes that you're making that's keeping you in pelvic pain and keeping you tired. Right, keeping you in pelvic pain and keeping you tired. So you can definitely register for that training. The show notes have the link for you. Another absolutely free just for you to come and get your healing on. We're doing it, y'all. We're doing it, y'all. I see this a little bit still flowing through. Looks like we might get, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know how many you think. How many jars you think we about to get in? Yeah, apple juice just makes me feel good. It feels good going down. It's very much so like energetic. Like I could just automatically feel it going straight into my cells. Like, let's go, girl. Let's go, girl. Take on the world. Take on the world. So apple juice really be getting me lit and get me really excited. Um, it has definitely been more of a transition, like going from one season to the next, because I was really on the watermelon during watermelon season. Let's see. That was a good bit of ginger too that we put in today. We only did one lime. I feel like we are going to need to pour some of this out. So let's get our first pour on. And these are 24-ounce jars. Now let's finish the rest. That is it. How'd I do? Didn't make the 20-minute mark. Was talking, did show y'all the 5-day mindful eating meal plan. In the show notes, I also have a plant-based alternative guide. So what was really helpful for me, so at the beginning of my, well, not even at the beginning, at one stage before I went plant-based or after I went plant-based, what helped me continue on that journey was understanding the functional nutritional benefits that I could get from different fruits, vegetables, grains, so whole foods, and moving away and shifting away from processed foods, because I definitely was heavy on the processed foods, even the processed plant-based foods. And the more I kept going on my journey, getting deeper, and wanting to educate and get better with it, because it comes in time, because it is truly a journey. It is not something that you're just automatically just going to get like that. Some people do. But in order to really stick with it, enjoy it, see the benefits, be aware of what's working for you, what's working for your body, it's a journey. It is a journey. For sure. And I want to be intentional on the journey. And so even though I had a health promotion bachelor's degree, a health administration master's degree, certified health education specialist, for years prior to even getting a diagnosis, the endometriosis, adenomyosis, PCOS, and fibroids really shifted for me. It changed my life, but it actually changed my life for the better. Like I ended up being more intentional about how I was living. I started learning more about my body. I started healing from within, so from the inside out instead of the outside in. And so that for me was absolutely important, and it became a journey of self-love. And I think that's what mattered the most, because based on how I was making decisions on what I was eating, how I was eating, it for me really shifted things in my life and for my life, and it feels so much better. And I've been able to help other people do the same. I had one client who used to bleed 14 to 21 days and just be in pelvic pain year round, month round, survived on pain pills. And so being able to support her with shifting, with different juices, with different plant-based options, seeing what removing dairy did for her pain, it just allowed her to keep leaning in more into the journey, becoming more intentional about it. And then, finding that balance for her, finding that rhythm. And that's what it's all about, a healing rhythm. Once you start identifying some of those disruptors, some of those things that come and disrupt your healing, disrupt the fact that you deserve a vibrant, energetic day that is not filled with pain and fatigue. And so I was just really excited about being able to help other people because I've been intentional on this journey. But y'all, I got the juice. We got 2, 4, 6. All right, little shy on this one. A little shy on this one. We're at like 20 ounces instead of 24 on this jar. So we're a little shy on this one for the 6. Again, it was 2.5 pounds of celery. And then maybe 10 pounds of apples, lime, and ginger. All right, y'all. I'm going for a green week. So come by with me this journey, Wellness with Giovanni, on all social media platforms. But make sure you subscribe here if you're watching on YouTube. If you watch on Facebook, slide over and subscribe on YouTube for me, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the Juice with the Fours live stream prep. You never miss the Empire Place, Empire Lives podcast, y'all. Last week we was talking about, do you struggle with meditation? And so that was such an amazing episode. But go make sure you're tuning into the Empire Place, Empire Lives podcast. Weekly episode drops. Got the Juice with the Fours juice in for the week. Going with some vegetable salad combo with this green week. So we're going to see how it goes. So stay tuned in. But most importantly, thanks for vibing with me, y'all. Check the show notes for good vibes and value for you. Let's get it.